Q, what day is it?
37.
37. Ha! Day 37. You know what? I know that this year has not gone anywhere the way that we all thought it would. And I know it's easy to get down. It's easy to be bitter and sour. So we're going to embrace it. This whole week, that's not true. Don't say that. Tonight, especially, we're going sour. We're going Pisco Sour, quarantine style. Actually, I'm surprised. We've actually had a few requests for a Pisco Sour. And it's hilarious because, honestly, goodness, I've never had one. Never had a Pisco Sour. But by God, I'm having one tonight. And you're going to have one with me. So come on, let's go. Let's head into the Blue Monkey Quarantina. Yeah, so this is a really fun thing. I had a few requests early on to make a Pisco Sour. And, hell, I didn't even know what Pisco was. I'm from West Virginia. Pisco, man, that sounds like something you say when you got to go to the... anyway. So let's talk about this. All right, Pisco Sour. First of all, what is Pisco? Because a lot of people, I'll be honest, if I'd even see it on the menu, I'd probably be afraid of it. I wouldn't even order it. What's Pisco? It's a brandy. What's a brandy? Brandy is basically any kind of a fruit mash, kind of a distilled mash that you basically put back into a still and then jack it up a notch. So you can do it with any sort of thing. Brandy, you can have apple brandy, blackberry brandy. I'm not going to name them all. But Pisco is basically wine that is put back into a still. And folks in West Virginia, we love our stills. And then they run it through again, and then you end up with Pisco. Now, it gets a little more interesting because Pisco basically comes from two places. South America, you got two spots. You got Chile and you've got Peru. And those two regions both kind of fight over who owns the whole Pisco thing. They both have their own grapes, regions, rules. But a Pisco, again, all it is it's a wine made with local grapes from either Chile or Peru, and then they just put them through a still. Now, here's where it gets interesting again. If you're going to make a brandy, when it's done, you end up putting it into like a big wood cask, right? A barrel, oak barrel, get that flavor, let it mellow. No. Not with a Pisco. It's forbidden. It's verboten. Anyway, you're not allowed to do it. There are rules, there are laws in place. And a Pisco, when it is gone through the still, it still has to mellow 3 months minimum, 6 months, a year. You can age it. But what will happen with it, it can't go into a wood barrel. It has to go into some sort of a basically non-reactive container. Glass, stainless steel. Now, traditionally, what do? It goes into a clay vessel, all right? It's called a botella, also known as a Pisco. And that is where this will age. And there's your Pisco. All right, so Pisco Sour. I will tell you that, obviously, because I've gotten numerous requests, and by that, I mean like two requests, is becoming very popular. Where'd it come from? You got to go back. Let me tell you a joke. So, a Mormon and a florist walk into a bar, and one of them gets killed. That's actually kind of the background of the Pisco. See, Victor Von Morris, all right? So Victor is a Mormon in Salt Lake City. His dad is like a bishop in a church, polygamist, the whole deal, and huge alcoholic. No, that's not what Mormons are. But anyway, so Victor, though, is actually a florist. And anyway, as a florist, there's a certain point of his life, they're out, he and his brother actually is killed in a bar fight. Now, needless to say, Victor and his brother were not, they weren't on the same tree as dad as a Mormon. So anyway, after his brother dies, Victor gets very upset, leaves the country, and goes to Peru. And while in Peru, he basically works for a train station for a while, but ultimately, 1916. Now the kid, he's only like 40 years old, still young. That's how I look at it. My kids would say very old. But Victor at that point decides, I'm opening a bar. What all good Mormons ultimately do, right? Open a bar. Anyway, he opens a bar, fancy name, calls it Morse's Bar, and he has kind of come to love Pisco, and he decides he's going to make a drink with it. He is credited with the Pisco Sour. Now, here's the only thing that happens. So he's in Lima, Peru, not to be confused with Lima, Ohio, which is near where we live, but they're spelled exactly the same. Honest to God, probably have the best Pisco Sours in Lima, Ohio. No, not at all. Well, anyway, he makes Victor, he makes the Pisco Sour. He gets credit for it. To this day, though, they're still fighting over it. But now here's what everybody agrees on. In 1929, he dies. Everybody agrees on that. Oddly enough, cirrhosis of the liver. You know, what all Mormons die from. Anyway, so he dies, but his bartender that was there, his name is Mario Bourget. Mario, anyway, he takes the recipe, fine-tunes it. He ends up making the ultimate Pisco Sour, which is what we're going to make tonight. Now, first of all, what do we need to do? Stop talking about history, Paul. For God's sake, I just want my damn Pisco Sour. All right, ice up your glasses. You want a nice little coupe, something fancy. Shelby does, right? You want fancy. All right, set that ice. Oh, we have a question?
We do have a question.
Oh my God, question. Can I just tell you, this is a first.
What? It's not a question.
Oh, never mind. It's not a question.
I've been told multiple times it's Pisco.
Oh my God, it's Pisco? Is that?
Pisco.
Oh. Pisco. Fine. I told you. Do I have to get the chart back out? Folks, I've showed you last night that entertainment, pretty even, education, we've been on an upswing. You've learned stuff tonight. Alcoholism, again, look at this. Through the roof, we're getting stronger. Pronunciation, you know it's dropping. Come on, people. Pisco. Fine, Pisco. Can I continue?
Yes.
All right, here we go. So, your Pisco, which is from Chile, that's the one we're using tonight. Again, remember, dry. We're doing a dry shake because we're going to throw egg whites in it. So, start off 2 ounces of your Pisco. Oh, man, people. You make this hard on me, people. You know, I'm here. It's a freaking dumpster fire of a year, and I'm going to be remembered for my pronunciation skills. Let's go lime. Lime next. 1 ounce. Now, 1 ounce per. We're going to do 2. I will always tell you, I think you get, oh no. Oh, thank God. It's here. Get about 1 ounce out of a lime as far as juice goes. Want a nice fresh lime. Go 1 more. We're making 2. Shelby told me she's having one tonight. The Pisco Sour, that is. Oh, crap. Don't film this, but I'm going to pick that up and use it. You got a sink back here. I'll rinse it off. And we're good. And we're back. Here we go. We'll dump that out later, right, Shelby? It's not like it's live or anything. But it's live. All right. 2 ounce, 1 ounce. Simple syrup. You do need a little sweetness to it. Going to go 1/2 ounce in each glass. Total of just 1 ounce. Ultimately, last step, egg white. I bring 2 eggs because I'm nervous every time. I mean, it's a crapshoot. It could work. It may work, it might not, you know. If you're only doing one of these, honest to goodness, you probably only need half an egg white. How you do that, I don't know. Throw your egg white in here. It's already good. You probably could drink it straight right now. I don't even know if you need to mix it up. Remember, it's a dry shake. No ice yet. The reason you wouldn't do that, why? Anybody? Oh, sure, everybody's shouting out Pisco, but nobody's going to shout out egg white. Whatever. I hate all of you right now. Now, egg white, we've done it, we've shaken it. Now you can come back, throw a little ice in there, because ultimately you want this cold. Now you get your egg white, it's already frothy. Turn around, I'll fill it more. Get it nice and cold. There's our drink. Now, come back, pouring it over top of it. Do not do that. All back, step, step. Folks, we need to add some emergency to our drink, as it's pronounced in South America. We're going to put that right on top. Citrus. Give it a shake. That's what's going to make it. Now, get rid of that ice. Nice cold coupe glass. Back here on the string. By the way, do you people realize that I've probably had 4 cocktails before I ever get to this show? And I don't know what you expect from me. I'm exhausted. What is it, day 37? Oh, it feels like day 3007 is what it feels. But I love every one of you. And by God, you keep telling me what I'm doing wrong, because I love it. All right. Going to pour this right on. Now, garnish. Now, before I garnish, I need to let that sit just a second. Now, I'm going to tell you one last thing about this. How big of a drink is this? This is the national drink. The Pisco Sour is the national drink of Chile and Peru. Again, they both fight over it. But it's better than that, because there's actually a World Pisco Day on February 7th every year. I've never celebrated it. I am this year. I'm going to have a t-shirt made. What do you think of that? Now, last thing you're going to do, you're going to drop just a couple bitters on each one. 3 if you can do it, unless you can't count like me. Bear with me, people. Then you really want to fancy it up? Can you handle this? Can you handle this? Boom. Pisco Sour. Now, if you're at home and you're wondering, Paul, I don't know if I'm going to be able to order this or drink it. I'm not very strong at pronunciation. I get your fear. I feel you. Let me tell you one reason why you're going to want to order this. Another joke. Fisherman walks into a bar, orders a Pisco Sour. Who is that fisherman? Ernest by God Hemingway. You better believe it. Hell yeah. Ernest Hemingway actually was on a fishing trip, went to Peru, ordered a Pisco Sour, actually made friends at Morse's bar, drank the hell out of these, and brought it back into one of his books. Ernest Hemingway, Papa, I love you. And you know what, everybody out there, God bless it, I love you too. I honest to goodness, I love the comments. I love the shout back. Keep me in line. Keep me in check. Go make yourself a Pisco Sour, or whatever you want to call it. Cheers us. Have a good night. It's day 37. It's a Monday. I know. It's a sour day. It's Monday, but we're all here. We're all together. Love you all. We'll see you tomorrow night. And you know what? I don't know what I'm making for tomorrow night. By God, it'll be the easiest name of a drink I've ever picked on my entire life, though. I do know that. Let's try this. Hold on. So one last thing, the bitters on top. So you're going to want to use Angostura bitters. There's a reason you put them on top and not in the drink. Egg white. A lot of people don't like the smell of an egg white. Just it's too strong. With the bitters on top, you get the fragrance of those bitters as you take the drink. It's really delicious. Actually, it's probably one of my favorite drinks we've done, even if I can't say it. So I love everybody out there. I will see you tomorrow night. Day 38 tomorrow. Be ready. Love you. See you tomorrow. Cheers.